Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Messner here again, and I'm excited to read another book with you this week. This book is a book that's been around for a while, but even if you've read it before, I hope you'll enjoy it again. It's an amazing book about an amazing girl. This book is Amazing Grace, and it's written by Mary Hoffman, illustrated by Caroline Finch. So enjoy the book, and I hope you like it as much as I do. Amazing Grace. Grace was a girl who loved stories. She didn't mind if they were read to her or told to her or made up in her own head. She didn't care if they were from books or movies or out of Nana's long memory. Grace just loved stories. And after she had heard them, and sometimes when they were still going on, Grace would act them out, and she always gave herself the most exciting part. Grace went into battle as Joan of Arc. She wove a wicked web as Anansi the spider. She hid inside the wooden horse at the gates of Troy, and she went exploring for lost kingdoms. She sailed the seven seas with a peg leg and a parrot. She was Aladdin rubbing his magic lamp to make the genie appear, and Mowgli in the backyard jungle. Some of you might recognize the characters from some of these stories. Most of all, Grace loved to act out adventure stories and fairy tales. When there was no one else around, Grace played all the parts herself. She set out to seek her fortune with no companion but her trusty cat, and found a city with streets paved in gold. Sometimes she could get Ma and Nana to join in when they weren't too busy. Then she was Dr. Grace, and their lives are in her hands. One day, Grace's teacher said they would do the play Peter Pan. Grace knew who she wanted to be. When she raised her hand, Raj said, "You can't be Peter. That's a boy's name." But Grace kept her hand up. "You can't be Peter Pan," whispered Natalie. "He isn't black." But Grace kept her hand up. "All right," said the teacher. "Lots of you want to be Peter Pan, so we'll have to have auditions next week to choose parts." She gave them words to learn. So, before we keep going, how do you think it would make Grace feel that someone said she can't be Peter Pan because she's a girl and because she's black? How would you feel if someone said something like that to you? I wonder what Grace is going to do next. When Grace got home, she seemed sad. "What's the matter?" asked Mom. "Raj said I couldn't be Peter Pan because I'm a girl." "That just shows what Raj knows," said Ma. "A girl can be Peter Pan if she wants to." Grace cheered up, and then later she remembered something else. "Natalie says I can't be Peter Pan because I'm black," she said. Ma looked angry. But before she could speak, Nana said, "It seems like Natalie is another one who don't know nothing. You can be anything you want, Grace, if you put your mind to it." You hear that? You can be anything you want if you put your mind to it. On Saturday, Nana told Grace that they were going out. In the afternoon, they caught a bus and train into town. Nana took Grace to a grand theater. The sign outside read, "Rosalie Wilkins and Romeo and Juliet," in sparkling lights. "Are we going to the ballet, Nana?" asked Grace. "We are, honey, but first I want you to look at this picture." Grace looked up and saw a beautiful young ballerina in a tutu. Above the dancer it said, "Stunning new Juliet." Can you see that picture? What do you notice about it? That one is little Rosalie from back home in Trinidad, said Nana. Her granny and me, we grew up together on the island. She is always asking me, do I want tickets to see her, Rosalie dance. So this time I said yes. After the ballet, Grace played the part of Juliet, dancing around her room in her imaginary tutu. I can be anything I want, she thought. That's what her grandma told her. You can be anything you want. On Monday, the class met for auditions to choose who was best for each part. Then it was Grace's turn to be Peter. She knew exactly what to do and all the words to say. She had been Peter Pan all weekend. She took a deep breath and imagined herself flying, and when it was time to vote, the class chose Raj to be Captain Hook and Natalie to be Wendy. There was no doubt who would be Peter Pan. Everyone voted for Grace. You were fantastic, whispered Natalie. She worked hard. She got it. The play was a big success, and Grace was an amazing Peter Pan. After it was all over, she said, I feel as if I could fly all the way home. You probably could, said Ma. Yes, said Nana. If Grace put her mind to it, she can do anything she wants. If you put your mind to it, you can do anything you want. The end. So, what did we learn from this book, Amazing Grace? Grace set a goal and she wanted to be Peter Pan in the play. But there were some kids in her class who told her, sorry, it's not for you. You're a girl, you're black, you can't be Peter Pan. Did that stop Grace from working hard and getting the role of Peter Pan in the play? No. She kept her mind to it. She worked hard. She practiced. She didn't give up. And she was the best Peter Pan that class had ever seen. Next time you have something that you want to do or you want to try and someone says, I don't think that's for you, I want you to remember Amazing Grace and I want you to be your amazing self. I want you to work hard, keep your mind to it, don't give up, and I know you will be amazing. So I hope to see you all soon, and don't forget to be your amazing selves. Bye.